Hey guys, today I'm making Cantonese chicken and corn soup. For more information and the recipe, head over to my blog craftyepicurean.com. Alright, so on to the recipe. The first step is to debone and deskin 1 kilogram of chicken thighs. That's 1 kilogram, which includes the chicken meat, bones and skin and all. I'm going to remove the skin and discard it. We don't need it for this recipe. And then I will take as much of the fat off as I can get and then remove the meat from the bone. I'm keeping the bones because we'll use it to make the chicken broth or stock for the soup later. And then just repeat that for the rest of the chicken thighs. I like using chicken thigh meat because of the extra flavour that it gives the soup. So now that we've removed the meat from the bones, I'm going to put the meat into a bowl and set that aside to be dealt with later. We're going to do the chicken stock or chicken broth first. So these are all the bones. I'm going to put those into a bowl, and to it I'm adding 2 slices of ginger, as well as 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm crushing with the back of my knife, a bay leaf. You can add 2 if you like the flavour of bay leaves. Some black pepper will go into the stock and some salt. So here on a stove on high, I've got bubbling away all those stock ingredients in 5 to 6 cups of water. Now when it's rapidly boiling, after a while you'll see the scum on the top, or this foam on the top of the stock. Just get a spoon and remove it as you see I'm doing here. You want to let that go for about 30 minutes, and while that's bubbling away we're going to deal with the chicken thigh meat. So I'm just cutting this up into a very small dice. Now you can just use chicken mince if you like, but I like to hand dice my chicken meat for the soup because I think it gives it a nicer texture. Now we're going to add the marinade ingredients. So I'm just grating 1 clove of garlic and about 1 centimetre or 2 of ginger. Now we're adding some soy sauce, some sesame oil, just a few drops of that, it's pretty potent, a few turns of black pepper, a good dash of brandy or wine, or any white spirit will do. Then give that a good mix and marinade, preferably overnight, but for at least 30 minutes. That stock has been going for at least 30 minutes, and I'm just removing all the chicken bones and pieces that I don't want in the stock or in the soup. That marinated chicken, I'm putting a whole load in a ladle and then placing it into the stock and using a pair of chopsticks to swirl it around to separate all the pieces of chicken away from each other. Repeat that with the rest of the chicken meat for as much as you can. And when you get to the bottom of the bowl, add your soup stock to the bowl to make sure you get every single morsel of delicious chicken marinade and chicken meat flavour. Swirl that around to loosen the meat, then add it to the pot. Bring it to a boil, make sure you bring it to a rapid boil, and the next step is to add 2 cans of creamed corn. So just add it as you can see here. And when you get to the end of the can, to make sure you don't waste it, grab your ladle and add a bit of the soup into the can and swish it around and pour it back into the pot. Just be careful not to burn your hand because that soup is hot. Once again, swirl that around and then bring it back to a rapid boil, and then you want to add your egg drop, which is basically a beaten egg with a thin stream. Pour it using a jug into your soup whilst using something like some chopsticks to break the stream. Feel free to use a fork or a spoon or a slotted spoon or a sieve or something like that to break the stream. And here it is, bubbling away, this chicken and corn soup. You can add your seasonings. Some people like to add a bit of corn flour to thicken it, but I like it just the way it is. So for more information, head over to my blog craftepicurean.com, and thanks for watching.